Three for the Money is brought to you by the Trend Center app. This is the best tool for sports betting research. The Trend Center app, you can test betting systems from the past 20 years, explore thousands of existing trends and systems from top betting experts, choose from hundreds of filters to test different systems for each sport. Save these trends and get notified when their systems have games. Download the app and use our code TFTM for 15% off a premium membership after a 2-day free trial. Okay. We're here. We're back. Three for the Money. New episodes every Thursday, brought to you by the Trend Center app, the greatest tool on the planet for sports bettors. And wildcard weekend is over. In my case, it was a bit of a disaster. Not great. There were some good, like fun, entertaining games, but on one, like the most, well, probably the second most entertaining game, the Panthers game. I had the under, but you know that game was awesome, so it didn't really matter. But anyway, I went 2-5. Lost my surefire. I think we all lost our surefire pick. So record week for the boys in the not good column. But we'll get into that here in a moment. Chris, how did you do last week?
I did all right. I went 4-2, but as you said, lost my surefire because the Chargers are poopy. Um, but yeah, as a football fan, it was awesome. Every game was pretty much electric, aside from a couple. But it's probably the best wild card weekend I can remember, at least in the last few years. So I'll take it. And I mean, 4-2 with losing a double unit isn't great, but it's still green, so we'll take it. On to the divisional round. It's nut cutting time, boys. We got to start winning some bets. But Sean, how'd you do?
Yeah, not a great wild card round. 4-6, surefire loser. I do kind of agree with like I didn't really care all that much because football was so awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean but I had the Rams Panthers under. I didn't have a prayer, but I kind of really stopped caring because that game rocked. Um, I think the most heartbreaking one was probably Bills Jags over because lost by the hook. They made all that hoopla at the end of the first half about if Trevor spiked the ball or not, and then they were like, "Oh, they get 1 second. They're gonna kick it." Cam Little shanks it wide right, and is like, "Dude, if he just would have made that kick after that, all that hoopla, that would have cashed." But
how how long was that kick? Do you remember? I don't remember off the top of my head.
I think it was 50.
Okay.
It wasn't very. It wasn't
I
far
mean,
for
for
him.
for him, yeah, that's nothing.
Yeah.
It's like they were talking about in the pregame, like he was kicking from the logo and making it with ease. And right when they said that, I was like, oh, he's gonna do something. He's
Yeah.
gonna fuck this up.
Yeah, the broadcast jinxed it for sure. But Eagles lost. That was great. I did have AJTD. It just happened to be he just happened to suck dick that night. Like he was terrible. Um, had a Jennings TD, didn't cash because he threw a pass. I went to bed early last night. I think the Texans were only I had Texans or had Steelers +3. Steelers were only down by one when I went to bed. Woke up this morning 30-6. I was like, "What the fuck happened, guys?" Like losing by 24 after I go to bed. But I'm sure we're gonna get back right on track. Back on the track this week. Got to build the bankroll for the Super
Mhm.
Bowl.
Yes, we have to build up the bankroll for the Super Bowl. Um, Moving on to the divisional round, there's only 4 games this week. Uh, Only 2 games next week, and then one after that. You know, obviously. Anyway, um, First game Saturday afternoon, Bills at the Broncos in Denver in Mile High. Broncos are favored by a point and a half. Over under is 46 and a half. Um, I'll start this one off. I'm taking the Bills. I don't the Broncos, they're a very good team, but it's kind of been a story for them all season. Just they tend to play with their food, and pull it out in the last moments. So it's it feels like when I just look at these four games and these eight teams, I'm like I'm looking at this and I'm like this might be the Bills' year. Like I see it, but could be wrong. They could lose this week, but I'm going with the Bills. I have zero stats. Um, I don't want to say this is Josh Allen's to lose, but um, he is kind of like 80% of that team. Uh, so, but it is a team game, and the Bills' defense showed up against the Jags when they needed to in the last moments. So, um, I'm taking Bills plus 1.5. Keeping it safe. Psh, that's all I got. Chris, what do you think?
I'm also taking the Bills, but I'm taking them first half money line plus. I believe it was one. I think it was even money earlier today. Um, Kind of what you said. Denver's kind of made a habit of playing with their food, especially early in games, and then Bo Nix comes in the fourth quarter and scores three touchdowns, and they win by three. That's just kind of been their entire year, especially against good teams. So I think that could happen again. Denver had the week off, could maybe come out a little sluggish. Bills know they kind of got to put points on the board early against this defense, and I think they can. Josh Allen's played well against good defenses this season. Um, Bo Nix kind of struggled with turnovers this year. He's thrown 11 picks. I believe that's in the top 10 at least for most on the season. I mean, one pick in the first half could swing it, and if he hasn't played, did he play in Week 18?
Josh?
Bo Nix.
No, he did not.
Okay, so he hasn't played in 3 weeks now, so I could see offense being a little rusty coming out. So yeah, I'm gonna take Bills start hot and first half money line plus 100. Sean, are we all on the Bills at least in some sort of fashion?
Um, one sec. I'm checking if Bo Nix played. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I feel
Oh,
like
he did
he.
play.
I was gonna say
He
because
did
they were
play. Yeah,
still they had to
played the
get the
Chargers.
one
Yeah,
seed.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. They did. They did play. They did play.
Okay. Okay.
Sorry, excuse me.
You're good.
Um, yeah, I think we could be on fraud watch. Uh, Broncos, good team. Don't get me wrong. You don't get the one seed by just coasting on by. But they're still playing a third place schedule, and their division was way weaker than normal. I know it's the NFL, it's any given Sunday. I get it. But I look at their schedule, and it makes sense why they won 14 games. They have like three impressive wins to me. It's the Texans, which was the last game the Texans lost. Um, the first matchup with the Chiefs with Mahomes before Mahomes got hurt, and the Packers, but Love threw like three interceptions or something. They only beat the Raiders by three, beat the Jets by two, lost to the Jags at home, um, and that was their first home loss like since early last season or something crazy. Um, I do have the Bills winning the Super Bowl, but so of course I want the Bills to win. But I really think the Bills can sneak this one out. I think I'm on the Bills. Bills money line, straight up.
Hell yes. Okay, moving on. Saturday night football, 49ers at the Seahawks. Seahawks coming off the bye. Seahawks favored by 7.5 points here. Over under is 44 and a half. Chris, I will let you take the lead.
All right. I think it's going to be the most boring game of the weekend. Under 45, or is it 44 or 45 and a half?
I have
Uh,
45.
Okay. That's what I have written down, but I didn't want to, I just want to make sure. Yeah. Under 45 and a half. These two teams played 2 weeks ago, and it was 13-3. San Francisco couldn't do jack shit on offense, And I mean, really, they didn't really do jack shit on offense a couple days ago. So I doubt they've magically figured it out in the last 2 weeks. And San Francisco defense, pretty damn good. I mean, they held this offense to 13 points last week, and then they held Jalen Hurts and Saquon Barkley to 6 points in the second half on Sunday. I know that offense can fluctuate heavily, but honestly, so can the Seattle offense. As much as I want Sam Darnold to be Super Bowl MVP, he usually pisses down his legs in big games. So really hope that doesn't happen. At least I hope that he doesn't cost him the game. But I could see him a couple turnovers. Yeah, I think it's going to be boring as hell under 45 and a half. Oh, Will, what you got?
I agree. Under I saw it at 44 and a half. But either way, I'm on the under on this game. I mean, we saw with the Eagles and the Niners, like the Niners can they're coached well enough to hang around on defense. And I mean the Seahawks defense is fantastic. So I don't know if uh Trent played in the Eagles game or
Yeah, we
not.
weren't able to watch him. I think he did. At least I mean, all the reports were that he was going to play.
Yeah. I couldn't find anything on ESPN, which was wild. But the ESPN app sucks. But yeah, I'm on the under. I think this game's gonna stink. I think with the Niners, obviously George Kittle going on injured. That's not great for them, not great for their offense. They can still score because I mean they have Christian McCaffrey and Jawan Jennings, and it seems like they can just kind of do it themselves, honestly. But it's I think this is an underplay, and that's basically it. Sean, what do you think?
Yeah, so the line did move to 44 and a half. I'm also on the under. I just went ahead and took it. Yeah, Seattle's defense is just way too good for this hospital squad that they've got. They're being forced to play. I mean, it's just so typical that the Niners are this banged up. I mean, they're the most injured team in the league. Um, but besides that, I this is just what Mike McDonald does. We've seen it all year. He can keep up with these Shanahan McVay style systems. Um, and this line did open at 46. So I would hop on this under like as soon as possible because
Mhm.
this is probably like as low as I'd be willing to go is 44 and a half.
Yeah.
So, um, but yeah, I think this is an underplay for sure. So grab it as early as you can, under 44 and a half. Good. Done.
All right, right on. Next game, the Texans at the Patriots in Foxborough. The Patriots favored by 3. Over under is 40 and a half. The Texans and the Patriots really both snoozers of games. That they played in the wild card round. So it's it's interesting. The Texans defense like showed up and showed out. I think didn't they have 2 defensive touchdowns?
Yeah. That
Yeah,
pick six and scoop and score.
yeah. So that's uh not that not the Steelers were anything to write home about. Even though I picked them. Uh so that was that was a dumb play by me. But um
At least it wasn't your surefire.
yeah, I guess. I still lost though.
But I
But
put my back on that shit.
you did. But rewinding a little bit back to week 18, the win and in against the Ravens. This kind of when you just look at it like for the big picture, I don't know if the Ravens would have won either. You know, like
No.
I like it was just kind of like I think the Texans defense is just too good right now. Like it's crazy. So kind of shocking we saw both of those coaches uh
not stick around. So that was interesting. Um, Tuesday of recording, so obviously, like the news about Mike Tomlin came out. Um, Stepping down,
Party.
classy.
Yes. Yes.
um, but anyway, back to this game, Texans and Patriots. Sean, you're I'm giving you the lead on this one.
Okay. I'm going first half under 20 and a half. I think these two teams play very conservative, defensive mind game. And I think it's going to start slow. It's probably going to end slow too. But I really like it for it to start slow. Um, these two defenses are sitting in the top 10 in EPA per play over the last 4 weeks. Their first half under has hit I'm sorry, the Patriots' first half under has hit in 9 of the last 10 and 5 of the last 8 for the Texans, in which they played starters. On top, I don't love how Stroud and May played. I think they both kind of struggled last week. They combined for 5 turnovers and got sacked 8 times. So give me the first half under 20 and a half. Chris, what do you got?
I'm going to keep being a hater. Texans +3. Houston's defense had one of the best like single games in the playoffs that I can remember. I mean, it was like I think I saw the stat. Pittsburgh's first drive was 52 yards and it ended in a field goal. Their longest drive after that was 38 yards. That's fucking insane. The only reason they got 6 instead of 3 was because Stroud threw an interception at like their own 15-yard line. And that drive, also, I was looking it up, went 8 plays, 4 yards. This defense is fucking amazing. It's going to be the best defense Drake May has ever played in his life. I think they suffocate him. I think they get after him. CJ Stroud had one of the worst like playoff performances I can remember, and they still won by 24 points. So if he can just be competent, they can win this game. So yeah, Texans +3. I gotta keep betting the Patriots. Texans +3. Will, what you got?
Completely fair. I'm on the under in this game, under 40 and a half. I think this game's going to stink. Like you said, Chris, this is going to be the best defense that CJ Stroud has. I mean, that Drake May has played this season. And I mean, the Texans offense is, I don't want to say you can't trust it, but you can't trust it. So it's so I'm taking the under. I mean, under 40 and a half. I think this game is not going to be fun. That's why they put it in Sunday afternoon. So that's pretty much it. That's pretty much all I got. But moving on to the next game, the Rams at the Bears, Sunday Night Football. The Bears obviously coming back from down 21-3 to win the game. And then that game was like 20, 28.
31-27
Yeah.
was the final.
It was 27 to like 6 at one point, I think, as well. But the Bears came back and they did it. Obviously we all cashed on the Bears. But it's kind of like that was a great win. That was a great win for the Bears. They got the demon. I don't know. You can't really say they got their demon off the bat because they beat them earlier this season, but the playoffs, it just like it matters more, you know?
If they had lost that game, it would have felt like the season was like all for naught.
Yeah.
You know, just
Yeah.
to come that far, make such a big stride, and then lose to the Packers again.
Right. So,
But it also would have made sense.
Oh,
At the
100%.
same
Bears.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, at
It's
halftime,
like we've seen this movie before, but
Yeah.
but you're right. Like it's like, what was this season even about
Yeah.
if we lose this game? But at the same time, it was like, yeah. Okay, that makes
At
sense.
halftime, I was sitting there. I was like, why did I think God was ever going to allow anything good to happen to the Bears? Like, what the hell am I thinking betting on this team?
Right. So it kind of begs the question here, can the Bears do it again? Can they win another football game? Uh, who's to say? I don't have a pick on each side, on either side. I have the over 48 and a half. I think this game, if if the game follows the game script from both teams that we've seen from the past couple of weeks, then this over cruises. Like piggybacking off Sean last week from the Panthers game. Obviously, we thought that some really bad weather was going to come through, and um, the game was not going to be fun. But that game rocked, and the Panthers could have won that game. So it's kind of like if both of these teams are these teams, I think this over cruises. Um, that's pretty much all I got. Seeing that the Rams could come out to an early lead, which would be normal, and then the Bears come back. It's just, and I think that's a perfect recipe for the over. But that's all I got. I'm not taking the Bears on the spread or the money line this week, just because will this stop this week? Will it stop? Here soon? We'll see. But that's all I got. Sean, what do you think about this game?
Completely agree. Over 48 and a half. Hoping for an instant classic shootout. These two defenses, I feel like they've kind of struggled over the past few weeks. They rank in the bottom third in the NFL and EPA. I think it also just features the two best play callers in the league, Sean McVay and Matthew Stafford, Ben Johnson, Caleb Williams. I just expect these two to just kind of dissect each other's opposing defense. Just put up a ton of points, rock. But this doesn't go. I do have a little stat. This doesn't go directly for the over, but I think it's close enough. Combined, the Rams and the Bears are 26-10 on their team total overs this season. Rams went over their team total last week on the road of 27.5 on the game-winning drive, and now their team total on the road is 8-2. So all these teams have to do is just what they've done all year, is just hit both team totals, and bada bing, we got ourselves an over. So it's really that simple if you think about it. So yeah, over 48 and a half is my pick. Chris, do you agree or you want to side? What you got?
Wholeheartedly agree. Over 48 and a half. I mean, y'all took the words right out of my mouth. These two offenses are probably the most fun in football, and they seldom play a normal football game. Usually some chicanery happens, and it's a wildly entertaining fourth quarter. Perfect recipe for the over. Both defenses have struggled as of late. Chicago's 25th in the league against the pass. They've allowed 300 plus the last 3 games. So Matthew Stafford, MVP candidate, probably just going to sit back there and carve them up all night. Rams defense has regressed since earlier in this season. They've allowed 20 plus points in 6 of their last 7 games. The only time they held an opponent to under 20 was when they're playing the Cardinals, and they suck. So yeah, this game's going to rock. Also, I think it's a great live betting game because the Bears just refuse to die, and the Rams refuse to really ever put teams away. So I think if Chicago's down at the half, which they probably will be, just because that's what they do, I'm just going to live bet their money line. I don't care what it is. I don't care what the score is. So yeah, that I guess you could say that's a twofer, but yeah, over 48 and a half official play.
Okay, there it is. All right. Now to everyone's favorite segment of the week, the surefire picks. Last week, we all lost. Not good. But this week, we're all going to win. Very good. I'm not going to go first because I completely forgot about this part of the show. So I'm going to let you guys go first. And then, we only have so many games to choose from here. So I'll let you guys go first. Chris, what's your surefire pick?
All right. Way to be on top of stuff, Will. Well, hopefully I don't steal one, or I guess you don't have it. So I'm going to take 49ers Seahawks under 45 and a half, or 44 and a half. I guess it does now. It doesn't matter. Well, I guess it does matter because 44 and a half is as low as I'll take it. So, but yeah, for everything we just said, also a couple stats. The under is 4-1 in the last 5 games in this matchup, and 4-2 in Seattle's last 6 home games. So a couple little nuggets there. These two teams are very familiar with each other. They know exactly what makes the other offense tick. Also, George Kittle not being there is huge for an already depleted offense. So yeah, it's going to be a rock fight under 44 and a half. Sean, what you got?
Going back to the first game we talked about, Bills money line. I mentioned how the Broncos could be frauds, but they are still above 500, and Josh Allen and the Bills love to beat up on and cover against these teams. Last 2 seasons, the Bills are 12-3 against the spread versus teams above 500. And I think the Bills have been able to break through these top tier defenses like the Broncos have. I really like the Bills this week. No, I love the Bills this week. Double unit guaranteed not to lose. Bills money line. Will, have you decided? I feel like I know what it is, but I'm
Yes,
gonna let you spit it out.
it's the Rams Bears over.
Yes, that's exactly what I thought it'd be.
You know,
That was what I was hoping for.
I only really had 2 other games to choose from there, which made it really easy for me. But and I don't really like the other game, but um, I love the over. I think this game's going to be awesome. I really don't have much more to add. We literally just got done talking about it. Um, yeah, can Caleb Williams put a whole 60 together? Can the Bears put a whole 60 together? I hope not. I hope they just continue doing what they do and being a loser. Be like all hope is gone in the first half, and then they come back and win, or at least keep it close.
Hell yeah.
If it's a 2-score game going to the fourth quarter, I mean, that's right where they want to be.
Yep.
Right. Well, that's football.
Well, I've been thinking about the who I want to see in the AFC NFC championship, and I think it's very possible we get division matchups in the
Oh,
AFC
yeah.
NFC championship, and that is going to be cinema, like absolute cinema. Like
Yeah.
you can't ask for anything better than that, to be
Mhm.
honest.
Yeah.
I think regardless. Oh, go ahead, Will.
Has that ever happened? I guess I could have looked it up.
Probably,
Both?
but I have no
Both? I
idea.
don't know.
Go ahead with your take, Chris. I'm gonna
Well, I
I'm
was
gonna
going to
Google, I'm
say,
gonna Google this.
I could see, like any team in the NFC, I could see winning the Super Bowl. Like,
Mhm.
that's just how loaded it is. AFC, eh. I mean, the Texans do have like one of the best defenses ever. So they could
I
kind of pull like a 2000 Ravens or whatever year the
I
Bucks
am
won it,
terrified.
2003.
I am terrified that the Texans are going to win the Super Bowl. Like I kind of think they can do it,
Oh, I
but
mean,
I'm terrified
if you
about it.
can't score more than 6 points, like it's
Shit. Yeah. I mean, these defenses win these championships,
and
and they've got the fucking defense to do it.
they just bully
Crazy.
you. Like they don't really have any sort of like elaborate schemes. Really, even like I mean, they obviously have great players, but no like otherworldly talent. They just we're gonna line up across from you. We're gonna beat the shit out of you, and that's
Yeah.
fucking awesome.
It is awesome, but at the same time, it's like, fuck,
Oh, I
dude.
hate that it's them,
I don't
but
hate it. Hate it.
but I just like I watched them play like when they were just suffocating the Steelers. I was like, I mean, this is boring as hell. Like from like a normal football fan, but as like a sicko, you're like, this is incredible. Like the Steelers can't do anything.
Yeah.
All right.
But I really want two division. I want division rivals in the AFC and NFC championship games.
So it has happened 3 times.
Okay.
The 2023 season, the AFC matchup
Oh,
was the Chiefs and the Ravens, and then the NFC was the Niners and the Lions.
Well,
That's
those
that's
aren't
not
not,
divisional.
that's
those aren't
neither of
divisional.
those are divisional.
Hang on,
Google AI lie to you.
I think so. Um,
Ask it to how many R's are in strawberry. Have you seen that?
What? No.
no,
People are like asking AI like how many R's are in strawberry, and they're like, there are 2 R's in strawberry.
I mean, there are.
Like they're like there are 3 R's
know.
in strawberry.
Well, I know, but I mean, if you're gonna have three, you got to have two.
Yes,
But yes, that is funny. I
but
haven't
it's
seen.
like rage. It's like these AIs are like almost rage baiting you into like being like how many R's are in strawberry. It's really funny. But
That's funny.
so, do we have an update, Will? Or
yes, 1980.
okay,
The AFC Championship game was the Oakland Raiders versus the San Diego Chargers, and the NFC was the Eagles and the Cowboys.
okay,
That's cool.
Yeah,
that sounds kind of sick.
Yeah.
In the '80s, yeah, that sounds kind of sick.
um,
What what
there've been a
year?
number that was 1980.
Oh, 1980. Okay.
Yeah, um, but like I had to go all the way to Reddit for that. Um, so it was a lot of reading.
So there's only been one other instance in which this has happened
I don't
in the
know.
Super Bowl era.
I don't know if this is the only time, but it's the first one I found. And the guy was like, "Yeah, it happened before in 1980." So it could have happened before that, but
Here,
um,
I'm going to text Mark. He'll know.
okay.
Oh, we're getting the assist from Mark Walker.
um,
I feel like the Redskins and Cowboys would have been in the NFC Championship at one point too. But I don't
y-
know if the AFC was it's tough.
there's
But
been plenty.
that's what I want though. Like I want that real bad.
There have been plenty of times where an AFC game, AFC Championship or NFC, has been an interdivisional matchup. Um,
Yeah.
but I'm not sure
If both
if
have had them.
both.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
but
really want that though. That'd be awesome.
that'd be pretty rare because according
I
to
did.
one thing I read on Reddit,
While
only happened once.
while Chris does this, I feel like you can relate to this more. Um, I saw a TikTok today that was like, I feel like the Chicago Bears need to win the Super Bowl to reset the timeline from when the Cubs won the World Series in 2016, because that's when 2016 is when literally everything went to shit. It's when Harambe was murdered.
Oh,
And since then, it's been downhill. And it's just like,
yes.
this girl's making a lot of sense right now. And I'm like, if that's what needs to happen to get the world back on track, like, all right, I'll eat my Bill's future for the sake of humanity. But
That'd be crazy. And then everything would just go back to normal.
doesn't that make did what I say like make sense though? Like to
No,
like
no, that makes sense.
yeah, yeah.
You put
Because
Harambe
I
in there, so I understood.
yeah. I mean that's the timeline of 2016.
Yes. Everything did happen after 2016. Man, crazy times. Well, moving on from that, Mike Tomlin stepped down today, which was, you know, I don't want to say didn't see that coming, but I guess didn't see it happening that way. I guess. But have the Steelers ever fired a coach? I know they've only had like four in their whole franchise history, but Like, has anyone been fired? You know what? I could just Google this.
I don't think so, just because everyone's been there for 30 years. So, and I think, I mean, you can, like, yes, he is technically stepping down, so they can keep that, like, they can still say that. I think this was very much like a, hey, man, like, it ain't working out. We'll let you keep your, like, I won't say keep your dignity, but like, we'll let you go out with a little bit of grace. Also, like, because he's stepping down, they can retain his contract. Well, I heard one insider say he's going to do TV for a year and then they're going to trade him, like pretty much what the Saints did with Sean Payton.
Mhm.
So it's like I think this is very much like a forced step down, but it could still work out very well for him.
I'd kind
Okay.
of really like to see him on TV,
I think
like
it'd be great.
permanently. Yeah,
He's very like well spoken and like pretty funny, so I think it'd be
yeah.
great.
I think he'd
Yeah.
be a really great asset for whichever network
Yeah.
will hire him. But staying in the AFC North, did you see that interview that I think it was the GM of the Ravens?
Yeah.
Dude, like it was
Jeez.
like if Tyler Loop had made that, he said, like a reporter asked him, he was like, if Tyler Loop had made that kick, would John Harbaugh still be here? He was like, for a week? I was like, yo, that's fucking cold. Like,
Yeah, that's ridiculous. I
so,
mean, yeah, you're probably right, but like
yeah, you're right. But like, what if he like went on and just like won the whole damn thing? Like, I mean, like, but that to me was just like he was donezo either way.
he would have had to have made the AFC
The AFC
Championship for him to
Championship, yeah.
have for him to keep his job, which I think is a little fucked, but whatever. Also, just thing on the Tomlin thing. Do you view this year as a failure for that team?
Uh, I
Uh,
mean, wasn't
uh,
good.
did they go eight
Wasn't
nine?
good.
10-7,
10-7. They won 10
division
games.
won the division, and look at that team, man, especially that offense. 41-year-old Aaron Rodgers, DK Metcalf, who's fine. Um,
He's good
Jalen,
sometimes.
yeah, Jalen Warren at running back, who again, like every player they have is at least on offense is fine, and every defensive player is really good is old. So it's like, what were you really gonna do with this team?
Yeah.
I
I
feel
think
like
it's sorry, go finish
I
your
was
thought.
I was
Sorry.
gonna say I think 10-7, winning the division. I mean, yes, you got boat race in the playoff game, which that sucks, but like I'd say the regular season was a big success for just that, like how that team was assembled. If it wasn't for Tomlin, who knows what the hell that year would look like.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's a good point. I kind of think it's more of his playoff record because yeah, he won a Super Bowl, but TJ Watt was like 15 years old the last time they won a Super
Yeah,
Bowl.
that was like his third year as
Yeah,
a which I remember that being like a huge like thing, like, oh, it's only his very early on in his career, whatever year. Just think about all the success you'll have after, and then he's won like what 3 playoff games since.
yeah, and like he's now 0-7 in his last 7 playoff appearances, which is like that's not good. You have to
If yeah,
gotta win one of those, man.
yeah, if
And
that's why
like
they fired him, which deservedly so, then or not fired, had their whatever mutual parting
departed
ways,
ways,
yeah,
yeah,
then that makes sense.
yeah. I I think it's more in that vein than it is like the season as a whole,
Mhm.
because like it's obviously not work. And I don't really know if you can chalk it up to like this season in particular because like you're right, like this the offense that they put out on the field, what were they going to do with that like in the playoffs, like for real?
They had like three like decent tight ends and they have like two decent wide receivers. Like you don't win. I know Arthur Smith loves his tight ends. You don't win football games this era of the NFL with that kind of offense and a 42-year-old quarterback.
Yeah. Um,
Yeah,
I don't
that's
know. Tough.
listen,
And
there's a lot of franchises in the NFL that, I mean, if they win 10 games, they might as well
oh
throw a parade, you know.
yeah,
Yeah, you're
yeah,
right.
we're
Uh
big fans of one of
yeah.
them.
So, it's good.
um,
Good.
where what do they do now? Because
Get a new coach.
yeah, but like okay, you get a new coach. The team is going to be the exact same. Like you're not really in position to get a high draft pick. So what do you like? Who's going to be your quarterback next year?
Is it crazy to think that they get Kyler Murray?
I mean, no,
Kind of
it's
thought
not.
about that.
It's not crazy, but again, like I know he's younger than like some of the other options out there, but unless he pans out extremely well, like it would have to be best case scenario for him to turn into your franchise quarterback.
Yeah,
And
but
that's putting a lot of eggs in a basket that has had one like exceptionally good season, two maybe.
if you're doing like a complete like well, you're not doing a complete house change, but like you're getting rid of your head coach, like your QB1 might retire. Um, his deal is up, right? So he might not even be on the team. I think he only signed a 1 year
I
deal,
thought it was
anyways.
no, it was two with the Jets. It could have been a year. I don't know. Even if
I
it
think it was,
was,
yeah,
even if it's two, like he can. No one will be like, oh well, you shouldn't retire. You got to fulfill your contract. It's like no, you're 100 years old. And he
yeah.
clearly doesn't look like he's having fun anymore. So
No, I think realistically, I think Aaron Rodgers should go start some like pharmaceutical company in some field that he's comfortable with and selling like
Northern
TikTok ads or
California, yeah.
something. Yeah, like it's like, hey, this pill will make your wiener bigger or something. I don't know, like just something along that vein that he fully's like, yeah, this works. I spent 7 days in the dark thinking about like, I'm just kind of going in on Aaron Rodgers right now. Sorry,
I mean,
but
nothing you've said
um,
is incorrect.
it is not incorrect. But I don't think it's crazy to think that you could get a quarterback like Kyler Murray, who is like a completely different quarterback than they've had since like Roethlisberger and like Kenny Pickett did okay. Like he was like a pretty good like rushing quarterback,
Mhm.
but like Kyler is like a really good
Yeah.
rushing quarterback. So just kind of change up that system that and like get a new head coach in that kind of like fits Kyler's style more. I don't think that's crazy. And like could have a career resurgence in Pittsburgh if that's the case. But that's kind of where my brain goes.
Do
Like
they?
if you're doing all this, because this is like this Steelers team is a team that does need the most like restructuring
Mhm.
because like Ravens have their guy, right? Titans have their guy. Falcons, whatever. Who knows? But like, there's so many like other head coaching opportunities out there. Um, but yeah, I mean, I think the Steelers could do something kind of crazy and switch things up.
They reunite Kyler and Kingsbury.
Oh Jesus, I
Yeah.
don't know if they do that.
They shouldn't, but I just thought that'd be kind of funny.
No.
Because you said like bring if they get Kyler, bring in a guy who would like fit his system. I was like Cliff Kingsbury.
Yeah, I mean, not wrong.
So going back, have the Steelers ever fired a head coach? I Googled it. They did. Back in 1968,
Yeah, okay.
they fired Bill Austin. But ever since then, they've only had Chuck Noll, Bill Cowher, and Mike Tomlin, all left by resigning or retiring, upholding the team's tradition of coaching stability.
That's
So
another thing too. Like you gotta like if you're the Steelers, you gotta find the guy.
Yeah.
Like or else like your whole like reputation of like job security is out the window.
they're
Mhm.
just one of us,
Yeah.
right?
I
They're
mean
like everyone else.
they
I mean,
could be
that's
like
got to
everybody
come to
else.
an end at some point. Like,
Yeah, but that's
I mean,
also like an attractive feature about taking this job.
oh yeah, but it's also like those three guys are incredible head football coaches. So it's like yes, they did keep them around, but like they also had tremendous success with these guys. So it's like you have to get a good like you can't just have some bum in there and be like, well, we're gonna be fine with 8 and 9 for 12 years and then let him whatever.
Yeah.
Like you have to get like a really good coach to keep that going. And that's I mean, getting three probably Hall of Fame coaches in a row. Would you say Tomlin will be a Hall of Fame coach?
I mean,
Uh I mean
never
I
had
don't
a
know what
losing
the
season.
I don't know what the threshold is for
I
coaches.
for coaches I don't know.
Yeah, I mean
Won a
Um
Super
Super
Bowl,
Bowl.
and
I
yeah,
mean,
never had it. Was there for 19 years.
and I mean he when you think about some of the Steelers teams he's had, like the amount of personalities he's had to manage in order to, fucking
He had
have a
Antonio Brown and Le'Veon Bell on the one team.
yeah.
He should get a Nobel Peace Prize for that.
and Juju doing his fucking
Yeah,
TikTok dances in the midfield.
Yeah. So
All those guys were on the team at the same time at one point. It's like, fuck, dude.
I would have resigned right then.
Yeah.
If I had to deal
I
with
mean,
1 year of those guys. I would hope they were
I
great football players. But
I kind of like low key hate the Steelers.
oh
No,
yeah,
for like particular reason at all, as like a fan of the Titans, but there's just something about it. It's like, eh.
just if you're just always there, your
Yeah,
people are going to be like, man,
yeah.
again.
and
But
they've never
like,
been
I
bad.
Yeah, it's all
yeah,
jealousy.
yeah. I say that, and there's like, I say that with no ill will from like a fan, but also respect. Like, you're always there. Like that is respectable.
hmm Maybe they need to be bad, you know?
You need a gut check.
Maybe they need a rebuild,
I
you
mean,
know?
yeah, you got to get a top pick somehow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So um I don't know the Steelers history of GMs, but um, you know, having never been bad, they've been like, I think they're the only NFL team that's never had a first overall pick. Um, so which is crazy, you know.
Interesting.
It's like every other team, and I think every other league has been really bad at one point, you know.
Mhm.
Um, depending on, how the draft works for your perspective sport. Um, it's like, I mean, the Preds have never had the first overall pick, but we've been bad. Our first year we had the second overall pick, which is like, hey, you know,
It's also different in the NHL because they have like the lottery thing, but
So
right. And I was, that's the same with the NBA as
yeah.
well.
Oh, I
I
saw
would,
a fun fact. Just it kind of relates, but the Indiana Pacers are dog water this year, and I was listening to a sports podcast, and they were saying one of the guys on there isn't really a Pacers fan, but he's from Indiana, so he's like followed the team. Um, he said the Pacers are the only NBA franchise to never have like been awarded the first overall pick, like via just being terrible, traded for the first overall pick, and have never had a former first overall pick play for them.
Oh,
So at no point in the Indiana Pacers, according to this, I tried to fact check it. That's kind of a hard thing to do. Like
yeah.
other than just people on like Reddit, so like, yeah, that's true. But yeah, no NBA player who was drafted #1 overall has played for the Indiana Pacers. I guess I could just look up every #1 overall pick, but that sounds like a lot of work.
yeah, don't do that.
But
So
yeah, I
there
just thought
are
that was
there are three NFL teams that have never picked first overall.
Oh,
One is the Baltimore Ravens. But the Cleveland Browns, before they became the Baltimore Ravens, had the first overall pick.
Okay.
But the Ravens have never picked higher than fourth as the Ravens. That's kind of nuts.
That
The
is crazy.
Ravens.
The other two teams are the Denver Broncos and the Seattle Seahawks.
What about Elway? What pick was Elway?
So I have no idea what Elway was, but both of those teams have had the 2 at some point.
That might be it.
Yeah. That sounds like it would be it. Who's to say?
Oh, Denver Broncos' highest pick was second overall with Von Miller in 2011. And
Yeah, he was the first overall pick.
Wait.
was he drafted by the Broncos?
Elway. I know there was that whole snafu with the Colts. I'm pretty sure he was.
This is Google AI, so don't blame me.
Okay.
But yeah.
Y'all can keep talking. I'm literally just reading Wikipedia right now.
So
Okay.
I just had to check if the Steelers have ever had a first overall pick because I was like, that sounds crazy.
I
Like
knew
a
that
team,
the Steelers had never done that. I
They
knew
didn't-
that
they
the
didn't.
Steelers never had the first overall pick.
Okay.
I thought they were the
Well,
only one, though.
it says that the Steelers have had some kind of first overall pick, whether it's through a trade or something. I don't know, but like that's Google AI, so it might be wrong.
Elway was drafted by the Colts.
Okay, so
I remember, like, obviously it was 83, so it was well before I was alive, or any of us were. But yeah, I remember it was like between him, like the Colts, who were like at that time, like one of the worst run franchises in the sport. So he was like, if you draft me, I'm just going to go play baseball. And they drafted him. And then they were like, okay, well, trade me to one of these teams or I'm going to go play baseball. And they traded him.
Were those the Baltimore Colts?
Yes.
Okay. And then they moved to Indianapolis.
Yeah.
the Steelers have selected first overall 3 times. Once in 1942, once in 1956, and Terry Bradshaw in 1970.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
That makes sense. I didn't know the other 2 guys because one of them played during World War II. So
Interesting. All right. Well, Sean, do you have a hot dog update for us?
no,
No?
I'm gonna start it soon, hopefully.
Okay.
I have a sad trivia question for you guys. That's probably going to bring the mood down. It'll be funny. Do you guys know when the last time the Titans won a home playoff game?
No.
Hold on, let me think. Is it in the 2000s?
Yes.
Okay. Was it 2009?
No.
2004?
Close.
3?
Yes.
Yeah, there we go.
We
Damn.
beat. Wait a minute. No, hold on. It was 2002. It was 2002. Excuse me.
Oh, damn.
We beat the Steelers in overtime, 34-31, and lost to the Raiders in the AFC Championship.
Fucking way she goes.
And then, yeah, we haven't won a
We
home
went to the
playoff.
AFC Championship that year?
Yeah, because I was talking with one of my buddies, like we were just kind of talking about various like Titans playoff losses. And then it kind of dawned, I was like, all of these have been on the road. It's like, when was the last time they won a home playoff game? And I was like,
2002?
yeah.
Jesus Christ. 24 years.
Yeah. So yeah, that was pretty much my reaction. I was like, oh, that's makes me sad.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
fucking gross.
Yeah.
Is that the worst?
I mean, well, no, because the Lions, like currently, there's a good chance I can look that
Yeah,
up
I feel
later.
like that's
But
probably a really good chance that that might be the worst.
Browns,
The Browns
No,
won
because
against the
Baker,
Steelers.
yeah, Baker
but
won
that
that
was in
game.
Pittsburgh,
I think
wasn't
that
it?
was
Was
in
it in
Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh?
Yeah,
Yeah.
when they beat the hell out of the Steelers, I think that was in Pittsburgh.
Browns gonna be the Browns.
So yeah, which if we're saying well, the Browns, that's not good.
Yeah, this if we're if we're comparing ourselves to the
Yeah.
Browns, yeah, that's not good.
Uh,
What about the
And they
Jets?
well, yeah, the Jets haven't been to the playoffs in like fucking.
didn't they beat the Bills in like
Well, no, because
2010 or
the
something?
Jets
Like,
went to like four straight AFC champion or not four back to back AFC championships, and with Sanchez, that was well after 2002.
yeah, there
Okay.
was something with who else was on that Jets team that was like some receiver, tight end, or something. I saw an interview with him recently. He was talking about one of the games.
Oh,
I
was
don't
it? Fuck, what was his name? The guy, I think he was a DB. He's on ESPN now.
DP?
He's kind of a dumbass. Where he was talking about like,
Darrell
um,
Revis?
no, they were talking.
The white guy.
They were like, no, he's black, but he was like,
Well,
what do you think
this
about?
interview I saw was a white
Oh,
guy.
okay, then I don't know who that is. But yeah, they're
Yeah.
talking. He was like, what do you think about going and play the Patriots? Where he's like, can't wait. I forget who he was, but yeah, he's on TV now. He's kind of an idiot.
Okay.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Okay.
If you're on
Um,
TV, yeah.
say anything you want on TV.
You know, guys, I'm pretty disappointed that we didn't get nominated for Podcaster of the Year at the Golden Globe.
Fucking
Me too.
new kid
New
on the
kid on the
scene,
block.
Amy
Amy Poehler.
Poehler.
Yeah.
I just had to throw
Oh,
that one in. It was fun.
it's all a politics game with the Golden Globes.
But yeah, uh, actor
Yeah,
interviewing other actors. Her podcast, though, is kind of tight. I will say that it's really fun. But yeah, we're not getting off. I didn't mean to get off the sports talk, but
I remember
just had
there's
to throw
a
that one in there real quick.
Modern Family quote where he was like, "You win an Emmy, you buy a Golden Globe." So ever since that, I know nothing about that, but like I see commercials for the Golden Globes. I'm like, not even a real award. Who cares? Cam on Modern Family said it was rigged.
That's
Mm-hmm.
funny. I was listening to another podcast and apparently you had to like fill something out to like
Yeah, you have to do like a like for your consideration like thing. It's the same like with the Oscars and any
Can
other award like
oh,
thing.
can
So
I had
like
no
anybody
idea.
just do it, or do you have to?
yeah, sure.
All right. I
I
mean,
think
might
there's
as
a
well throw
fee.
our. Oh,
Yeah,
never
there's like
mind.
money involved because you have to give money to these things and that pays
Buy
for
a
like
Golden Globe.
your dinner and all that shit. But like
Hmm. I thought
yeah,
with all the ads.
next year though, we should like let's see what the price is, but
Yeah, I
like
was gonna say I'm gonna
we
Google
should
that
just
real quick.
throw our hat in the ring just for your consideration.
Just show up in suits and
Be
like
hilarious.
everybody's like, who are these? Who are these guys?
Who are these guys?
And then
That's
by
three for the money.
happenstance we get a really, really popular podcast.
That's
That'd
three for the
be
money.
that's
200
crazy.
is 250 per individual and 500 per production. In parentheses, film, TV, podcast. So it'd be $500.
Oh, okay. I assumed it was in the thousands. So when you said 250, I was like, oh,
Plus
we're out.
an optional $5,000 fee for a digital screening on their platform. I don't really know what that means, but
It means like it's on CBS, so it means on like Paramount Plus.
oh, gotcha.
Like, yeah.
Okay. I
It
mean,
sounds like you have to optionally give them $5,000.
Yeah.
yeah, probably.
That's the bribe. That's how you
Yeah.
get that's how you get nominated.
We just got to hit one really big parlay, guys.
It's very true. Surefire parlay coming right up.
this week. Watch
That's
out.
funny. Look out. We got all the losing out of the way. Or at least, hopefully, I did.
There is one thing I did want to discuss real quick. And it's about, we're going back to football. It's about Eagles fans. These
Okay.
people, man, they are the most hypocritical fans in the entire league. I work with a guy that is an Eagles fan, and last week we were talking. The lines had like just come out, and it's like the Niners were 4.5-point favorites or 4.5-point dogs, and I was like, I don't know, man. I really want to take the Niners. He was like, bro, give me any circumstance on how like this Eagles season has been, and I will spin it to tell you why we're the best in the league.
I mean,
And
of course.
I was like, of course. And then I go in on Monday, and I'm like, tough loss, man. Try to tell you, like, just kind of shooting the shit a little bit. And he was just like, I'm just so glad this miserable season is over. I mean, we've had such a miserable season. This season has been insufferable. And I was just like, yep. And in last week, we've kind of had the take where it's like we don't know if Sirianni's a good coach or not.
Mhm.
I told him that like in the previous before they played, and he was like, he's a great coach. What are you talking about? He's a great coach. And then I was just like, I told you last week, I don't know if Sirianni's a good coach. And he was like, I don't know either. And I'm just like, the switch up between like it's every single Eagles fan to be like this united on like such an issue. It's not even really an issue, but like to have the same mindset as every single fan is crazy.
I mean, that's kind of like why they're simultaneously the worst and the best fans. It's like when they're losing, they are insufferable, but when they win, it's incredibly entertaining. So it's you kind of, and I've seen a lot of Eagles fans too, just being like, yeah, fire Sirianni, all this shit. And it's like, I I don't know if he's a very good head coach, but he's been to 2 Super Bowls and won one. So he's obviously doing something right.
Yeah.
So I don't get, including last year.
And that's the argument. It's like he's been to 2 Super Bowls, won one. It's like like all three of us are like, we still don't know.
No clue.
He's still a good coach. No clue.
The
Absolutely no
losses
clue.
look really bad.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
wins.
Except for the first Super Bowl loss, like that. I mean,
Yeah,
it
I mean
was
that
a-
was just.
yeah.
It's like when they're playing really well, they are like, this is the best team in football. And then when they're playing like they did this year and 23, when they were terrible, it's like, this is the worst. It was like in 23, it was like their defense was terrible. It's like, this is legitimately the worst secondary I've ever seen. And I can say this year is like, this is the worst offense I've ever seen. So it's
Highest
like,
paid offense in the league, too.
I mean, they fired Petula, right?
Yes.
Yes.
They did
Okay.
today.
I mean, if they still suck next year, then it's gonna be like, okay, is Sirianni a good coach? Because now you can say like, okay, Tulu was just incompetent, which it looks like that was the case. But if they still suck next year with whoever they bring in, then yeah, it could be like, okay, maybe Sirianni's not that great a head coach because the Super Bowl win they had Kellen Moore, and he's a great offensive coach. So maybe it was all him. Who knows?
But at the same time, like this is what the Eagles do. Is like they get a coach that wins a Super Bowl, Doug Peterson, and then they're not as good, and then they run him out of town, which is crazy. Like you have a Super Bowl winning coach and you fire him after 2 seasons. Like,
Yeah.
dude, Sirianni's going to be on the hot seat next season
Yeah,
after winning a
100%.
Super Bowl 2 years ago. Like
The
that's
Peter,
fucking
I
nuts.
agree with you, but in just hindsight, the Peterson thing, it's like, okay, well, he sucked in Jacksonville, so it was the right call. But at the time, it was very much like, what the fuck are you guys doing? Especially for Sirianni, who I like to think I watched a fair amount of football. I had never heard that guy's name before in my life before he got hired.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
And obviously it's worked out at least. Yeah, it's worked out, but
yeah,
depending on
I don't.
which Eagles fan you ask.
Yeah, I mean, I'll say Doug Peterson was put in a pretty bad situation
Oh,
over at Jacksonville
mhm.
after the firing of Nick Saban and all that mess that he created over there. Or no,
Other
this was before. Sorry, my
Urban.
bad. Urban. Sorry,
There
what
you
did I say?
go. Nick Saban.
I said Nixon.
I
My
was
bad.
like,
Urban Meyer. Wrong guy.
You're thinking of Predators minority owner Nick Saban.
That is who I'm thinking of. I got Preds on the brain. Edmonton just tied it up. So, um, yeah, I think but Doug Peterson was put in a really bad situation over there.
yeah,
And yeah, I just think that's kind of what they do now. It's just like, oh, if we're not winning ships, then you're out of here. And it's like this franchise went like 50 years without winning a Super Bowl, and all of a sudden they're on their high horse. And it's just like it's all or not. It's Super Bowl or bust.
they hung
And
on
you're
to
out of here.
Andy Reid forever before, like, without winning a Super Bowl, and they're like, yeah, fuck that, we're not doing that again. You got 4 years. If we're not in one, you're gone.
Yeah. So I don't know. Eagles fans are just they're cuckoo. They're insane.
I love it either way. Like when
Yeah.
they're losing and just doing what they're doing now, they're throwing hissy fits. It's incredibly entertaining because it's like, fuck you, you just won a Super Bowl. I don't give a shit how you feel. But then it's like when they won, it's like, okay, this fan base is, I don't want to say they're tortured now, but for a very long time they were tortured. So it's like, okay, I'm glad they're having fun. But now it's like, okay, you're good. Like, shut the fuck up.
I think the fun train has run out. Like
Oh yeah.
I think they're well enough accomplished to
Mm-hmm.
be like we're not a miserable franchise anymore.
Yeah.
Like
Been to 3
it,
Super Bowls, and when was
10 years.
10 years?
Yeah,
Okay.
like yeah, but like yeah, 3-10, brother. I'd kill to go to one more
I killed go. Yeah.
since I was 5 years old. Like it's been way too fucking long.
It'd be cool to make the playoffs.
Yes.
That'd be sick.
And
Next
these
year.
Eagles fans, man. I don't know. There's a very famous sports podcast where one of the producers is an Eagles fan, and he's like, "I'd rather not be a fan of sports." And he's like, "You just won a Super Bowl last year,"
Yeah.
and it's just like that's a fucking crazy take. That's crazy. That's
Yeah.
insane to me.
Yeah. It's like, yeah, the fans now that are like, oh my God, sorry. Tennessee.
Chris is watching college basketball.
Yeah, Tennessee and Texas A&M are tied at 71 with 9 seconds left.
Well, it looks like John Harbaugh is looking at some film of Cam Ward and Jackson Dart and then making a decision after that. Is the
Yeah.
report that's going around.
I think it's 50-50 right now.
Yes.
But I think ultimately he might go to the Giants.
I mean, it's a bigger market.
Yeah, and it's away from his brother.
They'll
Farther
probably
away.
they'll probably be willing to spend more money too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Even though we have like $1 billion, which
they
doesn't
have
come out of the cap, but
they do have a better core than us, for sure. I mean, they got Dart, Scadaboo, Neighbors, that one guy on defense that's sick. Abdul
Carter.
Isn't that the Eagles?
no, he played. That's Jalen Carter you're thinking of. Abdul Carter was very high draft pick. I don't think he did very well this year, but I mean, great potential.
I think he was hurt.
Yeah, all their good players got hurt this year. So it's like, do you really want to come here? None of our players ever get hurt.
Yeah. But glad I got that right. But yeah, I think he's ultimately going to go to the Giants, which sucks.
I think you did just name the only good players on the Giants, though.
Correct,
100%.
but
I think our offensive line is a bit more put together. And on defense, like, I mean, we have Jeff and sometimes Snead shows up.
Oh, he's
We
gone.
yeah, he's done.
no. Well, Hooker's
That
great.
guy, L'Jarius Sneed. I mean, we don't have to get into it, but just one of the biggest just highway robberies.
I also think ownership has a big part to do with it.
Both are incompetent.
It's both are very incompetent, but one is way more incompetent than the other. I
I don't
won't
know
say
about
which.
way. I would
don't
say
know.
more, yes, but I don't weigh it. I mean, we're comparing to.
All right, I'll settle for more. Still makes my point, but
yeah, no, I'm not. You're
yeah.
right to a degree, but yeah, I wouldn't say it's like there's still two very poorly ran franchises over the last, I don't know, ever many 5-6 years.
Yeah.
As long as we don't get Matt Nagy, I don't fucking want that guy.
I don't. Yeah, I don't. We're gonna get him though. That's just what's gonna happen.
Yeah, that's what's gonna
Yeah,
happen.
we're gonna lose out the Harbaugh bid, and we're gonna hire Matt Nagy, and then McDaniel's gonna go to the Ravens. Like,
I was gonna say, what do you think about McDaniel?
he's probably he's very sought after as well.
Mhm.
I
Yes.
think he'd be a great second choice.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Yep.
But
But,
yeah, I think that's all the time we got.
Yes, but with that, we're going to leave now. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for watching. We really appreciate it. Please like, comment, subscribe on this. Really helps us out. Really helps our reach get to new listeners. Check out the Trend Center app. Link in the description. Use the code TFTM at checkout for 15% off a premium membership. It's the greatest tool on the planet for sports bettors. We're going to be using it all season for various sports. Yeah, we'll see y'all next week. Check the X for updated picks. And there's 3 of us. Now let's make some money.